Whatever heat I was suffering in California. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So glad to have you guys here once again. Today I thought that I would switch it up a little bit, I'll try my best not to talk with my hands, but I'm a hand talker, so I thought today I would do a story time and tell you guys about the time that I decided to be a truck driver and all of, the adventures that came with experiencing it and getting the license and all that. So just so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better, I find that like the videos I've done so far have been of value, I hope, to most of you guys, and if not all of you guys. But I feel like there should be some type of video where you guys can really get to know my personality and grow to like me as much as I want to like you guys. So where do I start? Let me think. So I was about 22 years old when certain things in my life were going in a certain direction. And at the time, when you're 22 nowadays, you literally don't know what you want to do with your life. I'm not even kidding you. At the time, I had so many ideas, and even till this day, I still have so many ideas, but I at least have one direction and I'm sticking to it and trying to be consistent. But when I was 22, let me tell you, I was all over the place and making no moves, okay? I was doing a lot of talking and not a lot of action. So along the way, I've learned a lot, but when I was 22, I left home. And when I left home, I thought I was doing something where I was finally taking control and I was able to, be with said person that was able to, guide me to being a truck driver. And during that period, I honestly thought, here I am making a big step. I'm finally taking, doing what I want to do and taking control. At 22. I had met somebody that I could go into that and let you know about this said person, but we won't go into too much detail about that. Unless you want to know, then let me know in the comments down below. And let me know, oh, and I forgot, please like, comment, and subscribe once you hear the story or during the story, whichever one you want to do, but I would have greatly appreciated it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, left home and I met this person. And they were pretty much the person that kind of was like, you know what, you're very ambitious, you're very driven. Why don't you just become a truck driver? For me, in order for you to really drive it home for me, you have to crunch the numbers. You have to literally sit me down, beep, bop, boop on the calculator and show me the digits. Show me how much I'm gonna make a month, a week, a year for it to be worth it for me to be like, okay, yes, I'm gonna do, this thing. But at the time, I was so ambitious that now when I think about all the numbers that this person was crunching, it really wasn't worth my sanity. And at the time, I didn't realize that my home time and me socializing with my friends and stuff was of great importance to me. So I thought, everybody says, oh, make that sacrifice. So when I decided to go ahead and get my license, I thought this was gonna be the sacrifice that I need to make. I'll sacrifice 1 or 2 years, and then after that, I can have my own trucking company. And then have 1 truck, 2 trucks, just have a full functioning business, right? This is what this person was selling to me, okay? And I ate that shit up like Popeye's biscuit, okay? I ate it up. I believed every word this person said. And like I said, this person, it ends up being very toxic. If you want to know that part, I can go into another video and explain that to you guys. But for now, I'm just going to tell you about my journey with that whole section of my life of being a truck driver. So, went to school in Hamilton, Ontario. Mind you, Hamilton's not a place that's really given no shade to Hamilton, but they know who they are. They know how they stay. So I went to Hamilton, and this particular school was actually really good. It was very credited. Lord, brain fart. but it was a highly known driving school at the time. So went there, did very well. It was like 6 people in the class. And at the time, whew, getting the license was a pretty penny. And the person that was guiding me and pointing me in the direction of becoming a truck driver, he actually got his family to back me up and pay for it. So I was blessed with that opportunity. So I had to make sure that I took a hold of the opportunity and got my license. I wasn't playing around. Like the written, banged that out the first time. The driving part, banged that out the second time. Your girl was not playing. She was ready to change her life. It was this big thing in my head, and I was making all these steps. And so while I'm making these steps, I'm just praying to God that like I'm doing the right thing, and this is putting me in a position to now live the life that I want to live, right? I mean, at the time, I feel like anybody, you know, my age would vouch that when we were 22, we really thought we was gonna conquer the world. I mean, nothing is wrong with having that type of drive and having that type of dream. But when you dream, you have to actively be realistic at the same time. Like at the time, this person was very good at, how do you say, painting the picture. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they were a word person. And at the time, I didn't have these abilities to pick up on people's characters and certain body languages. Like I can do that now, but back then, oh my gosh, I used to think everybody was heart of gold and oh my gosh, everyone is just like their best interest and see the good in people, la la la. I mean, that's good, but at the same time, like most of the time people are fishy as hell, and I did not pick up on these clues. And so anyway, I finished the driving school, graduated, okay, got a job at this trucking company. I will not put the trucking company name, but they hired us like that. And that was the first time that I would say that I ever experienced, you know, how fast you could, you know, get a job in the industry. You could literally like leave a job on Sunday and have another company hire you on Tuesday. Like it's that fast. It's crazy. So we got a job, and I say we because I ended up driving with this person, and we were what they call a team driving team. So you're making double the money as you would with just one person by yourself. And I just got my license. I have no experience about this industry, so I thought it was a smart idea, which I still think it was a smart idea for me to team up with this person and get the experience and knowledge, because this person was already in the industry. He was already in the industry as a fully licensed, full-time. He's been doing this for years and years, so it made sense. So I went on the road with him, and I think the first place that I ever went to was in Texas. I don't remember where in Texas. I want to say Dallas or Laredo. That was a whole trip, but let's pick Laredo for now. So we're driving, we're passing all the states. I'm seeing things I have never seen in my life. I mean, I'm hearing accents. We stopped in Missouri at one point, and the accent was so different, and they looked at me different because of the way I was speaking. So mind you guys, I'm American born. Your girl is of USA blood, okay? And I felt like an immigrant coming from Canada to there. Mind you, I'm an East Coast girl, but I was in the central United States. So I know in the States, there's so many different types of people, so many different types of dialects and slang and all that stuff. But so I got all this culture shock, you know, going back and experiencing a different side to the United States. While I was going on this first trip to Texas, we stopped for the night on the way to Laredo, Texas. And this was my first time going to a truck stop. And at a truck stop, they have food, they got showers, they got, you know, and when I say food, I mean like, you know, gas station food type of things, but sometimes they have restaurants attached. So got to experience that. And mind you, if you were a truck driver, you would know the thrill that it comes with collecting the points for showers, okay? Because on the road, there is no fully length shower. There is no bathtub in these trucks. Like, it's the bed, it's the freaking passenger seat and the driver's seat. Where are you showering? So you have to stop at these truck stops where they actually assist with providing showers and soap and all that stuff, but you buy your own soap, please. Anyway. And so I got to experience taking a shower not in my own house, not even in a hotel, in a truck stop. Can you believe this? Like, I took a shower. Mind you, I've been camping and taking a shower like in the wilderness, but that's camping, you know what I'm saying? This was taking a shower at a freaking gas station, pretty much, for trucks. And after a while, like once I got my footing with the whole experience of being a truck driver, I started collecting these points at these truck stops, which equate to showers. So who was paying for a shower? Not your girl, okay? I was collecting it like movie theater points, okay? I don't play around. And so I built this whole system, you know, when it came down to the paperwork, when to clock in, when to clock out, when to take break, all that stuff. So I literally, like, at some point within the year of my first year of driving, I curated this, you know, lifestyle for myself. Now,
you're like, Nora, why did you stop being a truck driver?
That is another story for another time, okay? When we did reach Laredo, Texas, we did park for the night because the pickup or the drop off was in the morning next day. So we go to bed, and at the time, my hair was not this long. My hair is quite long, okay, guys? I'm suffering from extreme shrinkage. So at the time, my hair was really short, and I was not as girly as you guys are seeing me. I did not have my little dainty necklace and dainty earrings, and I definitely did not have these bad boys. There was no. Okay? I was looking like a real dude. I was looking, yeah, it was giving dude. The only reason why you knew I was a woman was because of my boobs and how big they were. It was a dead giveaway that I was a female. I had nothing else on me that indicated that I was female, if not that. But you know what's so funny is once we parked and I was looking very masculine in the driver's seat, you know, we start to disassemble everything and get ready to go to sleep. Somebody knocks on my freaking window door. And so, you know, I wasn't really scared. I was like scared and not at the same time, because some part of me was like, oh, maybe this is protocol. Maybe this is how, you know, maybe they come and say, hey, you know, are you parked for the night? Do you need anything? I don't know what kind of I thought, girl, I thought the services that truck drivers were getting were like 5-star, you know? You have your waiter come, order some food at the window, you know? No, it's not like that. Anyway, so when the knock, 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 I put the window down and I'm like, hello? It's this woman. And she comes up to the door, and any truck drivers watching, you know exactly what I'm about to say. It was what in the trucking industry they call lot lizards. Yes, you heard me right. Lot, like parking lot lizards. I don't know why they called them lizards. It's kind of rude because they're technically prostitutes. But yeah, so my girl knocked on the door and she was like, hey, hi, handsome. That one cracked me up in my head. Like, I didn't laugh, like, but in the midst of her calling me handsome, I was like, okay, I didn't say anything. And she was like, oh, I just saw that you parked. Do you want to go on a date? It's like midnight. Who's going on a date? I want to go to sleep. Like, and so I go to her, and this is the first thing I say. I'm like, oh, no. And I do it in the most girliest way I could think of. Like, I didn't have to do it that way, but if you know me, if you know me, you know me. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna amplify it just to make things a lot more awkward than they should, but it's done on purpose. Anyways, so I was like, oh no, I'm just going to sleep. She was shocked. She was shocked. Oh, she's like, oh honey, oh, and I was just like, yeah, no, no, sorry. And you know what's so funny? You know what's so crazy? As soon as I put the window down after we had our little mishap, I see her just boop, 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 just walk over to the next truck driver, and that guy took her. I was waiting for her to come out the truck, and when she came out the truck, she went and knocked on the two trucks over. She was busy. It was a busy night for her because guess what? Next guy took her. And then the craziest thing, and I think this is why the lizard part of lot lizards comes into play, because there was like a bush or a hedge, I think it's called, that was surrounding the parking lot where we had parked. And when I noticed something was moving, or the trees were moving in, that area when I was looking at, and I seen on the ground, there was something coming out of it, and I was getting terrified. I had locked my doors, and I was like, what the heck? It's not finna come for me, okay? No, I'm in the middle of Godsmack, Texas South, okay? I am not getting ambushed here. So I locked my door and I closed the blinds, but I was peeping through the little crack part, and I seen all these women come from the ground. Like I don't know if there was a tunnel or whatever hatch thing on the ground, but they were coming out of there. Like at least like 3 or 4 of them came out, and they went to work. They was knocking on other drivers' doors and stuff, and I was just shocked. So that was one experience that I will never forget, like on my first time, like going to the States, driving through it, and just witnessing such things. I mean, there was another time that I do recall when I was going to California. This was the first time that I was ever hauling like refrigeration stuff, like things that need to go either in the fridge or freezer. So we get to California now, and it is hot as hell. Like, you would never expect, I mean, everyone says how sunny California is and how dreamboat it is. It really is. It was, if you've seen Shrek and seen how like Shrek 2, and they see how they do the Hollywood sign and palm trees, and it's really like that. But when I was there, I didn't really get to go to the beach and do all that stuff. So your girl was, went straight to the warehouse, dropped off the load, pick up another load in the bloody heat. I would have to say that when I was driving through Canada in the cold, like in the wintertime, that was a lot more better than whatever heat I was suffering. I was suffering in California, okay? I would rather, that's crazy. I'm telling you, I know you would say, oh no, I would prefer the heat. Why would you want to be freezing? No, it's the heat that almost killed me in California. The cold did not kill me when I was traveling through Canada, because I had traveled west. So I did the whole, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, then, British Columbia. I did that whole thing. And even just to jump to Canada now, like when I was driving through there's a place called the Devil's Edge, okay? Now, when somebody was telling me about this Devil's Edge, I was like, okay, like, is it a monument? Is it like a mountain that you can see in the distance? They didn't tell me that I would be driving through it. And lo and behold, my team member, his time, you have a time frame on how long you can drive in a day, and he had capped out on his. So I had to drive, and this so-called Devil's Edge was coming up, and you're driving on the side of a mountain. And when I say on the side of a mountain, like you can't see the base, you can't see below, and you cannot see the top. That is how That's how big this mountain is. And they have the audacity to put a sign there that says you are 6,323 feet in the air above sea level. Why do I need to know that? That is information that I honestly could have driven without. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that there was only one lane going and one lane coming back, and they had these little tiny fencing thing on the edge as a suggestion saying, hey, don't drive off the road. You know, it would make a normal person nervous, even a regular car driver. I still would have behaved the same way as I behaved when I was driving on that road. Because not only was I driving stick, okay, I wasn't driving standard at the time. This was a 13 gear switcheroo thing kind of truck, okay? It's been some time since I did drive trucks, so forgive me if I don't remember all the terminologies, okay? But I was driving stick at the time, and the road, the road on the hill, on the edge of the devil's edge of this hill was like this. I'm not even kidding. It was, and it had the audacity, it just doing like this. And I'm like, on the brake. There was no gas. I didn't press no gas. Like the whole time my foot was on the freaking brakes, okay? By the time I saw civilization, they had some rinky-dink gas station on the edge there, right when you're coming down from the mountain. I threw up a little bit in my mouth. I'm not even gonna front with you guys. I was shaking. I was shaking because I was like, that was crazy. And the fact that Canada, you have not built a better way to get to the other side of Canada. This is crazy. You have people driving on a skinny road like that. Are we not a first world country? What are we doing? Anyway, took some phenomenal pictures, don't get me wrong. After the fact, not on the edge. I had to drive through the thing. I couldn't even like take a break. There was no place to take a break. It was one lane going and one lane coming out of this freaking mountain. So when I got down now, it decides to pour. Okay? And this is why I'm saying that driving in Canada was better than when I was driving to California, because street, like a lot of forest, you know, vibe. It wasn't, yes, it was cold, but it wasn't cold in the way that just made, you know, the travel miserable for me. When I was in California, the AC in the truck, I can't say car, truck, couldn't keep up. It couldn't keep up. It started blowing warm air at some point. So that's crazy. Yeah. And so I will continue to prove why driving in Canada was a lot better. And so when we were driving through the forest and stuff like that, we finally got to BC. It rained the whole time. So I had this misconception that Vancouver rains all the time, because like I know Washington State in the States, it rains all the time there. So I was like, it makes sense why Vancouver would be raining as well. So whole time we were there, it rained. So I didn't really get to experience Vancouver as much as I wanted to, but I did get the chance to go back years later with my friends. So we made up for that. Yeah, so overall, like there is more to the story in terms of my life and what I went through with this partner of mine. But like I said, if you want to know that part and all the toxicity that came with it, I will definitely show you and, well, tell you, not show you, but tell you, and see how you guys take that. But overall, I do not regret getting my trucking license. Fun fact, I still have my trucking license till today. I renew it. You know, because like I worked hard for that. I went to school, okay? I went to school, I was in a class, I took a test, I, you know, did the whole thing. So, and it cost a lot of money. So for me to just let that license go would be irresponsible of me. So even though I'm still not on a truck, you know, driving and stuff like that, my mind always goes to, if there was a zombie apocalypse, your girl, yeah, she's gonna save several lives, okay? So I'm looking out for the you know, humanity in some sense. So honestly, I just think there's another element to me that I feel like a lot of people will be shocked, and I hope that from hearing this story and just hearing the little snippet of an adventure that I had while I was getting my license, that you guys can see another side to me and, you know, get to know Nora a little bit better. Just gonna wrap this video off because I'm having a bit of a technical issue, but we're gonna keep it moving. Also, thank you guys. If you made it this far, go ahead and subscribe, comment down below, tell me all the points and all the little bits that you guys, you know, that drew your attention and what you like the most. So if you do want me to get into the toxicity side of this story, let me know in the comments down below. If not, it's okay. I got a whole more interesting things in my little bag, okay? More in storage. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.